when I was coming on my way to the office, I was listening to conversations around, and it looks like, look, there is no region in this country that has about 50% of better roads or good roads. No region in this country. We cannot say a region, we cannot mention a region in this country that has about 50% of good roads. No. Because every region in this country lacks better roads or good roads or proper roads. Why is this so? And just when the conversation came in mind, of course, someone has sent a list of roads that are, I mean, he thinks that are in a very deplorable state, and I'll touch on that. Look, everywhere in this country, people would have to slow down at a point before they get to their workplace. People have to slow down before they get to their homes. People have to slow down, get to work late, leave home very early because of bad roads. Some thought that it was because of the heavy rains that came last month, that's in July. That's the reason why people will get to offices late, get home late. But we are done, the rains are over, but we still have people leaving the house early. There's a man in my area. Usually he starts his car around 5:30 a.m. because he reports to work at 8. But today, I hear him start his car around 3:45 a.m. So I asked him, one Saturday, I was going for jogging and I met him and I said, Uncle, I've noticed that you leave home very early. He said, he calls me lawyer. He said, lawyer, I leave home early because I want to beat traffic. He's supposed to report at work 8 and start at work 9. But he leaves home at 3:45 a.m. Why should it be so? Because there are bad roads in the country. There are bad roads leading to his office. There are bad roads leading to his home. You can say that for the Volta region, Ashanti region, Eastern region, up north, Krade, Bazaar. Why should it be so? People elsewhere, they go to China. The reason why China have good roads is because they believe in productivity. Because China believes that it's a trading country. People would have to move from their homes to workplaces to transact business on time. So let's construct better roads so that people would be able to commute to and from their homes. But in this part of the country, a country we call Ghana, no region can boast of 50% of good roads. No region. So what has been the impact and the work of the previous ministers of roads? What have they been doing? In 2020, the then administration talked about, in fact, there was a launch called Year of Roads. We launched a Year of Roads. It couldn't happen in 2020. 2021 budget, it was captured that we'll do the Year of Roads in 2021 because in 2020, we couldn't do it because of the COVID-19. The Year of Roads didn't materialize according to the then government. It was attributed to the COVID-19 pandemic that happened, that came first. In fact, Ghana, we recorded our first case of COVID-19 on the 3rd of March 2020. The then administration attributed the failure of the Year of Roads to COVID-19. In 2021, we couldn't do it. In 2022, we couldn't do it. Year of Roads never materialized. People talk about the Tema motorway, and I'm glad that my colleague Charles, that's where Charles comes from. So he either has to leave home early and get to work on time. Sometimes gets to work late because of bad roads. Because ordinarily, he would have used maybe less than 30 minutes to get to the office from where he lives. But he would have to spend more than 2 hours or more to get to the office. From where I live in Kaswa to office is just 30 to 35 minutes. right? But today, then I used to leave home at 5:30, 5:45. I can get to the office before paper review at 6:30. Today, I have to leave home at 4. I have to leave home after 4. Even so, even that time, I get to the office after 7 a.m. What kind of witchcraft is this? Why do Ghanaians have to stay in traffic for hours? Go to Malam Junction, for instance. We have to bash the MC for that area. I've always said that MC is a very incompetent MC, and he knows. We have to bash that MC before that Malam Junction stretch is being motorable a bit. Go to Budembram. Last time I called the member of parliament, he told me to go and record the documentary and send it to him. Very incompetent. Why should it be so? Why should people have to stay in traffic for 4 good hours before they get to their offices? What is this? Go to Dansoman Junction, and that you see that potholes there, the Dansoman intersection or whatever they call it. That pothole, that manhole has been there for decades, for more than a decade. That Dansoman Junction pothole has been there for more than a decade. We've had governments go, governments come, ministers go, ministers come. Nobody has been able to fix that mess. We talk about a big push. I have said that there is no road that needs big push than the Kaswa Malam Highway, the Winneba Cape Coast Takrady Highway. Yet, Charlie, Basa, the whole country in terms of road system is like a crime scene. Last time you heard the citizens reporting. So when it rained, the SCC barrier, for instance, was totally damaged. Totally damaged. People's car were broken down on that particular stretch. It's just less than 1 kilometer stretch. Yet no government has been able to fix that particular mess. It's a shame to this country after 68 years of independence. After 68 years of independence, we cannot say that a government has constructed that road. And what annoys me the most was when it rained in July. We had the then Minister for Roads. What's his name? Asenso Bachi. Go to that stretch to say that we sympathize with the people. Total rubbish. Because he was the Minister for Roads and he went to that particular place to inspect the mess. He couldn't fix that mess. We had the member of parliament, the former member of parliament for Botswana English Amanfu, who now wants to become the general secretary of the MPP. Honorable Slaitete, my very good friend Slaitete, toured that particular area with Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, who was the then vice president. You couldn't fix the road. Now, a different government comes and you go and do propaganda on that road saying that government must fix the road. Government must declare a state of emergency. Total rubbish, because when you were there, you couldn't fix it. So, the whole country in terms of road is like a crime scene. Governments go, governments come. No deliberate effort to fix a road. So someone says, Julius in Kaswa says, why and until when are roads and junctions, Kaneshi to Kaswa, Kaswa to Kaneshi? So it talks about First Light, he talks about Accra Academy, Dansoma Junction, Dakoma Junction, Odoko Junction, Lawyer, Sakaman Junction, Malam Junction, Shoprite, Allied Town, I don't know where that is, Botiano, Doctor, your constituency, Kaswa itself going to Nyenyano, going towards Obom Road to Amasaman. Why are contractors doing this to a country? Graphic Road to Kaswa is just an example. Exactly. So look at Graphic Road between Glyco and Graphic Communications. Look at that stretch, Charlie. The reason, look in the evening between First Lights and Odoko, you can spend like 2 hours on that particular stretch. Why? Because the roads are bad, full of potholes. So when the traffic lights is green, drivers cannot move speedily. Right? They cannot move faster Because if you move faster, you are in the potholes. So you have to slow down. So the light is green, but only 3 cars can move. Charlie, it's a whole crime scene. The traffic light is green, but only 3 to 5 cars can move. Why? Because drivers are taking their time to maneuver their way into the potholes. Charlie, how do you run a country like this? And so, when the traffic light is green, when the 3 to 5 cars move, it comes back to red. We are stuck. Those coming from what do you call it, first light, will also come and add up to those of us waiting at Dakuma Junction. So you can be in that traffic light for an hour. So within an hour, the traffic lights can be green for like 5 times, but still only 20 cars can move. Charlie, those at Afienya are complaining. Ashaman people are complaining. What everywhere. When can we have a government who would say that, look, I am not doing any of the things captured in my manifesto, but I'm dealing with one problem. Let's deal with roads. China deliberately sat down and said that, look, to hell with everything. We are dealing with the roads because after the roads, developments can progress. Developments can be in full force. But the big push, of course. So Charles talking about big push. The big push. Look, there's no road that needs big push than the Kazamalam Highway. Charlie, there's no big push. There's no road that needs big push like the Adenta. That stretch, that Adenta Oyibi, Adenta Dodowa Oyibi stretch. Charlie, Amasaman Doblo, that particular stretch, the Accra Kumasi Highway. Not the expressway that they yet to begin. The main Accra Kumasi Highway, for instance. By the time you go to Kumasi and come back, when you come back, you don't go home. You have to go straight to the shop to go and fix parts of the cars because totally broken. Totally broken. So we need to start thinking about how we capture our manifesto promises. But the National Development Plan, their office around American Embassy. But the National Development Plan, yes, so there should be National Development Plan. Years ago, there was a proposal, 40 years, 50 years, 30 years. But then when a politician is coming, the politician is coming with his own manifesto, which will forgo what the National Development Plan has captured. And so if the National Development Plan says that in the next 10 years, let's deal with Kasamalam Highway, let's deal with Temamoto Way, the politician will come and say that when he was touring, people were complaining of hospitals. So in the next 10 years, I'm dealing with hospitals, forgoing what the National Development Plan has captured in their document. So we have a National Development Planning Commission or whatever, but they cannot operate fully because of what the politicians have captured in their manifestos. So can we have a government who will be deliberate to deal with our road infrastructure in this country? Until then, people will miss productive hours. People will still use productive hours. People will miss meetings because of traffic. Now in the evening yesterday, I decided to abandon the Dakuma Odoko Highway because Kwame Okyere, Dr. Anan's producer, has advised me to use La Paz. Yesterday I used La Paz, and I go home the same time as though I was using the Odoko Dakuma Highway. Traffic issue everywhere because of roads. And interestingly, there are no alternative routes to pass. So for instance, if when you pass Dakuma or Doko, you are hitting the Sakaman stretch, there's no alternative route to Malam Junction. The alternative route is full of manholes, not potholes, full of manholes. So you not use that side. Me, I've said that there's a route between Dakuma connect you to Buzia. That's a very nice access route, but me, I'll not use that route because I cannot damage my car. I cannot be going to Abosokan for spare parts every week because of that road. I'd rather stay in the traffic and waste fuel than to use the alternative route and